Sportsplex for our large frat championship game between Kappa Alpha and Theta Chi. I am Daniel Watt. Alongside me, Aiden Kowalski. And leading off for Kappa Alpha was a junior from Columbus, Georgia, Taylor Harris. He flies out.
He does just that. Well, we've had an exciting first two games. The first one you get to call, and now you're back in action on play-by-play.
Absolutely. And that is a ball to the second batter, Ben Salway, a junior from Vestavia Hills, Alabama. That is a foul ball. Makes the count 2-2. So if he hits another foul ball, he is out.
That is interesting. I mean, you have the rule sheet in front of you. Why don't you take us through just some of the rules? Because we do know that we learned that you start with a 1-1 count, and all pitches must be arcing 6 to 12 feet.
Yeah, in addition to those, the strike zone is the chest to knees. If the arc thing, if it's not called illegal and the batter does not swing, is a live ball. And like I said, foul ball, 2 strikes, batter's out, and all appeals are automatic. And Salway is out. That will bring up a sophomore from Fayetteville, Arkansas, Harrison Walls. Two count. And he walks as that is 4 balls thrown.
It's the first walk we've seen today in 2 games, now being the third here.
That is a good point. And now batting for Kappa Alpha, number 35, Trey Lingo. He's a junior out of Columbus, Georgia. Takes a strike for the first pitch for the 1-2 count. That is way outside.
I just heard he was the home run champion at Plainsman Park when they did the I think it was that Fraternity takeover event a couple months back.
He will fly out. That is all for Kappa Alpha in the top of the first inning. And we will be right back. Welcome back to the Auburn Sportsplex from the bottom of the first inning in the large frat championship game between Kappa Alpha and Theta Chi. Leading off for Theta Chi is Alan Thompson, a junior out of Atlanta. It's a light grounder pitcher, and he makes it to first base for an infield single.
He got out of that one.
He really did. So that's going to bring up Jack Garvin, a junior out of Athens, Alabama. That's going to be a foul ball, which will bring up a 1-2 count.
What does he get? 2 foul balls and then call out?
So if he hits another foul ball here, he's out. That's going to be inside ball 2. and he flies out for the second out in the inning, and that will bring up Ben Sloan, a junior out of Anchorage, Arkansas. Hits over to the third baseman. They don't get the runner at second. This is a wild throw. And we have our first error of the game, and now we'll bring up a runner on second and third base with one out.
Boy, I'll tell you, that was the most interesting thing we've seen so far. I was starting to fall asleep over here with some Miami softball action. I figured a little more could happen here, but now in the bottom half of the first inning, we're starting to see a little action here on the base path,
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't expecting to play like that. I was expecting a routine play. But that brought up Ethan Pomeroy, and he flies out, the sophomore from Birmingham, Alabama. But it's good enough to score our first run of the game, as Theta Chi takes a 1-0 lead. And that's going to bring up Parker Campbell, also a sophomore out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Use man 0.
It's a single, which brings home another run to put Theta Chi up 2-0.
I'll tell you what, for these bigger fraternities, this is almost like a home game for both of them. I mean, we're right in their backyard when you think about New Row.
We are indeed. And that brings up Tanner Trout as he grounds over to the pitcher for the third out of the inning. So after the first inning, Theta Chi takes a 2-0 lead right back. Welcome back to the Auburn Sportsplex as Kappa Alpha is batting in the top of the second inning.
I'll make it. 3-1 count. We've already seen one walk so far.
And we won't see another here as he will single into right field. That being Ethan Cornelius, the junior from Atlanta. And that'll bring up Zucker Campbell, a junior from Rome, Georgia. First pitch is a ball to make the count 2-1. And he's going to bring it down the third base line and get into the outfield. He'll have a single, and that will move Cornelius over to second base. So you have 2 runs on, no out.
Okay, he's just trying to manufacture a run here, no outs. Want to get your big hitters up and see if they can do some damage.
And that's going to be a deep fly from Eric Sheffield from Vestavia, and will be caught by the shortstop, and that is the first out of the inning.
You got to respect the Theta Chi catcher. He's actually getting down in a squad. That's the first time we've seen that here in these first 3 games in this championship series.
Absolutely. And that brings up Connor Busman for Kappa Alpha. He grounds over to the third baseman, and he beats out with no throw. Going to load the bases with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. And that's going to bring up number 20, Hayes Dykes, a sophomore from Columbus, Georgia. And he gets solid contact on that. And he flies out, but a runner will tag up. And Kappa Alpha scores their first run of the game to cut Theta Chi's lead in half. I feel like this is exactly what the doctor ordered, Aiden.
Yep, just a bunch of prescriptions of base hits, and trying to manufacture runs any way possible. Cutting the deficit to 1, but 2 outs here. You got to get 1 more across, as Kay would like to see.
First pitch will be a ball 2-1 count. And this is Luke Davies, the junior from Spanish Fort, Alabama. Makes solid contact, but it will drop into the right fielder of Theta Chi's glove. That will end the inning right there, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Auburn Sportsplex Large Frat Championship game. We have Kappa Alpha and Theta Chi. In the bottom of the second inning, we will have Tanner Trout leading off, a junior from Madison, Alabama. Watch the first pitch go by for a strike, 1-2.
I'll tell you what, if you're going to be arguing balls and strikes, it's going to be an interesting night.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. And he takes the second one deep to left field. And it will get down into the glove of a Kappa Alpha outfielder, our first out of the inning. And that brings up Will Rout, a junior out of Atlanta, Georgia. Makes contact, first pitch he sees, drives it to the outfield. It will drop into the glove of a KA outfielder for the second out of the inning. Aiden, do you think they need to be a little bit more patient waiting for their pitch?
Gosh, it's just a tough question to answer. I mean, really, at this point, you just got to pick one you like and you just let her rip.
As Carson playing grounds over to the shortstop, and they get him. They get the out.
You could tell he played in high school. There's no doubt that kid played in high school.
Absolutely.
I mean, just guns it from that 3/4 arm slot down low. I mean, doesn't get much better than that.
And that's going to end the top of the third. We'll be right back. Leading off the top of the third for KA is Taylor Harris, and he will single into right field. Talk about getting started quick, Aiden. Next up, Ben Sewe, a junior from Vestavia Hills, Alabama.
Daniel, don't look now, but Abby has made his way over to the Theta Chi dugout. Just inside.
Gotta love seeing that support here as Sewe waits for a 2-1 pitch. And that gets away from the Theta Chi catcher. Luckily, there's a man on base. He did not take off. That'll be a 3-1 count. No outs here at the top of the third inning. A Theta Chi outfielder makes a heck of a catch for the first third inning.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That ball was tailing away from him. I believe that was the left center fielder who just comes in, ranges to his left, has to stick his glove out to his right side, fully extends, and makes a nice play for the first out.
And that brings up Harrison Wales, and he hits a single into right field to advance the runner. So 1 out, runners on second, first and second. That brings up Trey Lingo, a junior out of Columbus, Georgia.
Sure did. I sure did.
And so that one very high.
Double.
Hey, y'all know what to keep, guys. That's going to be personal.
1-2 count, 1 out, 2 runners on. He waits for ball 2.
Love that lady. Get that guy, Chase. Yeah, what was it? First
And he sends that one in the right field. And the right fielder sniper. That is going to definitely score 2. And the ball is still in the outfield. That's going to be. Wow. So, if you're Theta Chi, are you starting to panic just a little bit?
You know, it's still early enough in this ball game, but I'll tell you what, for KA, that's just going to be a big leg up now. Heading into these later innings, just a momentum swing.
As they take a 4-2 lead. That brings up Ethan Cornelius, and he'll ground out.
Yeah, you can tell he tried to do a little too much there with that pitch. Wanted to try and put up a 5 spot here in the top half of this 3rd inning.
And that brings up Zucker Campbell, a junior out of Vernon, Georgia. He watches the first pitch go out, 1-2 count. And he sends that one into right field. Let's see if the Theta Chi right fielder can redeem himself. He does. That is the 3rd out of the inning. But the damage is done as KA is able to take a 4-2 lead going into the bottom of the inning. We'll be right back. And leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning, Jake Waddle, a sophomore out of Atlanta. And the first pitch goes behind him. That'll bring the count to 2-1. They'll take the second, and he'll pop fly out right to the 3rd base.
Yeah, I'd say line out right there. That thing was hard hit. That kid's got a family to think about over there.
And that brings up Mason Galavin, a junior out of Atlanta. He hits a single into center field for Theta Chi's first hit in the inning. That'll bring up Parker Garrison, a senior from Birmingham, Alabama. He likes the first pitch he sees. Over there, foul ball, 1-2 count.
Yeah, kind of hard to see all the way over there. What's interesting about this angle here is that balls that kind of hug along that line look a lot farther out of play than they really are. So a lot of fair balls we've already seen today.
Absolutely.
I can play tricks on you at this time of hour. The fog's starting to creep up over that outfield grass.
Parker Garrison likes that pitch. He sends it to the outfield. So we'll have 2 runners on with no outs. Hey, this would be huge for Theta Chi here if they can chip away some of these runs.
Yeah, I'd say so. Runners on 1st and 2nd.
That brings up Alan Thompson again. First pitch is a ball, 2-1 count. He likes the second one he sees, sends that into the outfield, and that is going to be in. So he flies out, but both of the Theta Chi runners are able to tag up. So with 2 outs into the bottom of the 3rd, left runner. Aiden, I feel like with the quality of the defense we're seeing today, they really need to get one of these across here.
I'd say so. You know, if you hit it at anyone, it seems like they're going to be there to make the play.
As Jack Glavin is hit by a pitch. Which will just be good for the ball here in this league. 2-1 count, 2 outs, runners in 2nd and 3rd. We'll watch the second pitch go by. So now his count is 3-1 with 2 outs. And he likes that one. Sends it down the line. And it'll be the third out of the inning. Welcome back to the Auburn Sportsplex for the large frat championship game between Theta Chi and Kappa Alpha. Leading off the top of the 4th inning for Kappa Alpha is Eric Schroeder, a junior from Vestavia. He watches the first pitch go by for a ball, 2-1. Hayden, this one's moving right along.
Yeah, it's starting to move just a little faster. I remember that last game, and we were seeing some innings that would just take around 3 to 5 pitches. It's amazing when you guys got just softballs lobbing in there, you know?
Exactly. As he watches the second pitch go by, 3-1 count.
Are we going to record those rules?
Yeah, the preview.
He likes the next pitch, though, as he sends that one up in the air and pops out to the first baseman for the first out in the bottom of the 4th. That brings Colin Busman, a junior from Mountain Brook, Alabama. Doesn't like first pitch he sees, 2-1 count. He likes the second one, though, grounds it over to the third baseman. A good throw put him out for the second out of the inning.
Hey, though, both fan bases have shown out tonight here for Kappa Alpha and Theta Chi.
They really have. They both love their teams. And that brings up Hayes Dykes, a sophomore from Columbus. He'll take the first pitch for a strike, 1-2, 2 outs. He takes the second pitch deep, and he flies out to the Theta Chi left fielder. So that'll end the inning right there. Pomeroy's up for. Welcome back to the Auburn Sportsplex as we get ready for the bottom of the 4th inning. Jack Garvin leading off for Theta Chi. He takes the first pitch deep into the outfield. That's going to get down. And he's on his way to second base. No ball. No one has the ball yet for Kappa Alpha. He's coming around 3. I think he's going to come home. Send him! No, he's going to hold up at third base.
Yeah, he would have been hosed if he would have went. That was a nice relay through from the second baseman.
Very good start to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that's going to bring up Ben Slow. That will definitely score Garvin. So KA has even cut K's lead in half. That's 4-3. That's as good a start as you can hope for today.
I'd say so. Still no outs.
They run on. Second. That'll just be an easy grounder to the pitcher, and KA makes the play. However, it does move over the runner, so with 1 out in the inning, there'll be runner on.
Pitchers are athletes, I'll tell you. That was a nice he hopped off the mound nicely there.
No doubt about it.
Good play. Now they're trying to discuss a foul ball inside.
And the batter will remain out. That will bring up Ethan Pomeroy, a sophomore out of Birmingham, Alabama.
For example, last night.
He takes the first pitch he sees, grounds over to the shortstop. They get it. Second out of the inning, however, the run does score. So Theta Chi is able to tie Kappa Alpha in the bottom of the fourth inning.
This game is moving right along, but it's getting better out night. It's nice to watch a close game like that, unlike the small fraternity game that you had called earlier this evening.
Yes. So Parker Campbell takes the first pitch for a ball. He likes the second one though. That will be foul. They are able to get to it though, so it'll be the last out of the inning. But Theta Chi is able to tie it up.
Headed to the fifth.
Welcome back to the Auburn Sportsplex, top of the fifth inning between Theta Chi and Kappa Alpha. Leading off is Luke DeVise, a junior from Spanish Fort, Alabama. He'll take the first pitch for a ball. He likes the second one he sees, sends that into the outfield. That is going to be a single into right field for him.
Nice start there for K. I think they've had their leadoff man on these past 3 innings.
Yeah, and that's as good a start as you can hope for, as Taylor Harris, a junior from Columbus, is on. Takes the first pitch he sees for a ball. 2-1 count.
Tried the corner there, interesting.
Yeah.
Didn't get the call.
Yeah, Sonny asked him in the game.
He likes that pitch though, but it'll be a foul ball.
Something big that changes the course. I need to ask that. Yeah.
Taylor Harris having a 3-2 count, no outs, 1 on. Top. He likes that pitch. He takes it into center field. Oh, and they just can't get it. So you're likely going to have runners on second and third. So 2 runners in scoring position, no outs. If you're Theta Chi, you've got to be very careful. You just tied game, you don't want to fall behind again.
Yeah, with no outs though, you got to make a pitch right here. See what it is, trying to find it out any way possible now.
Then he takes the Ben Sewe takes his first pitch he sees for a ball. Doesn't like the second one either. So 3-1 count, as he has no outs with a runner on second and third. He also takes the third pitch as he walks. Second walk we've seen today, period.
Tell you what, man, these pitchers, the nerves are getting into them. I mean, the crowd of probably 59 to 100 people here, it's just a very rough estimate. I think it's starting to get to these players, and these athlete students are really trying to dig deep right now.
I think so, too. As Harrison Wales, the sophomore out of Fayetteville, Arkansas, is up. He has the bases loaded, and he has no outs. And he swings at the first pitch he sees. It'll be a foul ball. 2-2 count. So if you're in a position like this, you've got to come up big for your team. That's how you win a championship.
I'd say so.
He doesn't like the third pitch he sees. 3-2 count, no outs, bases loaded. He likes that pitch. He sends it into the outfield. It gets down. That's going to score. 2 runners tagging up. This is the first out of the inning, but a run does score for Kappa. Exactly. Yes. So you take a 5-4 lead here. You have 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out for Trey Lingo, the junior out of Columbus, Georgia.
Tell you what, I want to see Lingo get a hold of one here.
I do too. I bet you can drive it.
Because, I mean, you got a fence beyond that one you see in the outfield there that's another 50 feet farther. So I feel like he's got the power if he gets a hold of one to clear that one too, but I don't think that's going to do it.
That'll likely drop into the Theta Chi left center fielder's glove. Another run does come in on a tag up. So with 2 outs in the inning, Kappa Alpha has done a little damage here, taking a 6-4 lead. That brings up Ethan Cornelius, the junior from Atlanta. He takes the second pitch he sees for a ball. He likes that one, knows he drives it in for a likely double. And Theta Chi can't get a hold of the ball. He's going 3. Another run scored. So 7-4, 2 outs, runner on third.
Tell you what, this fog now is starting to thicken up and might be playing tricks on the center fielder.
I'm thinking so. I don't know how you miss one like that. Sucker Campbell comes up.
You got to make it sound.
Campbell is hit by a pitch, which is just a ball in this league as opposed to a base. That is a 2-1 count. So, Aiden, do you think if someone would absolutely lay back and whale one at the batter, it would still be just a ball? Or do you think that would be a base or an ejection?
I don't know. But you know what? The pitcher has a big yellow ball, but I'd say the hitter has a big metal bat that I'd be a little more afraid of him on a pitcher if he's going to throw at me.
Absolutely. Cornelius is able to. Campbell is able to get over to second off of a ball that barely even left the infield, scores another run. 8-4 Kappa Alpha. Eric Schroeder sees one he likes. He takes it deep center field, but Theta Chi can make a play. So at the end, going into the bottom of the 5th inning, Kappa Alpha 8, Theta Chi 4. And Theta Chi is able to start off the bottom of the 5th inning with a single from Tanner Trout. That'll bring up junior Will Rohde. They have a 4-run deficit in the bottom of the 5th.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's wearing golf shoes.
I think he is too. And that might explain why he just flew out to center field.
Nice hard hit ball. I just find it interesting. That's like $110 pair of golf shoes right there. Those are some nice Nikes.
Maybe it goes well on this turf.
Possibly.
And that brings up Carson Plant. He takes a pitch. He is a single. So with 1 out in the inning, we will have a runner on first and second. That's going to bring up Jake Waddle, the sophomore out of Atlanta, Georgia. He takes the first pitch for a ball. Swings at the second one, sends it over to shortstop, gets the first. Don't even attempt to get this back half of the play, but they will have 2 outs.
That's the big thing. You just got to get the out whenever you can find it. Putting up a 0 on the board, that's all you can ask for right now.
I agree. As that brings up Jake Waddle, the sophomore out of Atlanta. And he sends it deep into center field, but KA is able to make the play. So that is the 5th inning. Leading off the bottom of the top of the 6th inning is number 12, Colin Busman for Kappa Alpha, as they hold a 4-run lead. And the first pitch hits him. That'll bring the count to 2-1. So what is the strategy here for Theta Kappa?
Hit a home run.
All right.
Yeah, that's just really going to get the boys going, I think.
Short and simple from Aiden Kowalski. That's how we like it.
That'll also work.
And Busman gets over to second base. Lead off double. And that brings up number 20, sophomore from Columbus, Hayes Dykes. Ooh, they pulled Epaw out of nowhere. He swings at the first pitch he sees. He sends it into center field. They are able to make the play. But Busman tags up and makes it safely over the third base.
Janitor throw from the left center fielder, unable to get his man, but nice effort. I mean, there's some guys out here you could tell they played in high school ball. They at least played JV, and that's one of them.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. As that brings up Luke DeVries, a junior from Spanish Court. He hits one over to the lines out to the third baseman, second out in the inning. Oh, never mind. That was just a foul ball. Oops. Brings up Taylor Harris, the junior out of Columbus, Georgia.
Now I would think my two.
Now the runner on third. First strike. 2. And Taylor Harris is going to walk.
Tried to frame it too. That's what I love.
I agree. Brings up number 25, Ben Soe. Soe rips it, and Theta guys able to get the third out of the inning. 6. Still leads 8-4. Going back to the Auburn Sportsplex, leading off the bottom of the 6th inning, Will Roden. Takes the first pitch for a ball. And the second one is line to center field and hit down. And he has a leadoff single.
Here, why not you?
Carson playing this one up in the center field, but Kappa Alpha cannot make the play as it gets down. That'll be 2 on and 1 out. What a play.
Yeah, I mean, slams his bat down, just absolutely frustrated with himself, takes 5 steps, and then moseys his way over to first base. You know what? A single's a single these days.
Absolutely. As Jake Waddle comes up. Good route.
Just the whole time. Just all of it. All I have is a script right now.
That one in the left field. As it does get caught by a Kappa Alpha outfielder.
Good Trout.
Trout. And that brings up Tanner Trout.
Hey, what? It's been a while since we've seen a run on the board.
Yes. Almost 2 innings.
Big swing and a miss there. Oh, baby.
You don't see that anymore.
Pitcher's dealing right now.
And grounds. I take the easy out at second. And now bring up Will Roby.
Must have had some extra spin on that last one.
I'm thinking so. So Will Roby comes up. He is a runner on second and third with 2 outs. He's going to send one into the outfield. That is a fly ball. And it is caught by a KA outfielder. And now in the 6th inning right there. And leading off for Kappa Alpha in the top of the 7th inning, Harrison Wales. Oh, wow, he takes it all the way to the fence. Theta Chi almost able to bring it down, but Wales is able to get a leadoff triple.
It's almost a nice play there by the left fielder, diving to his left.
That was.
Sprawls out, almost goes up against the fence, but saves it.
There's a shot, and that brings up Trey Lingo, junior out of Columbus. Man on third, no outs.
What's good, dog? How we doing? This is so cool. Where's it being live streamed? It's on Weekly YouTube channel. Really? Search me. I don't know what to be out there.
And Lingo gets a hold of one.
It's gone.
Is brought down for an out, but a run does tag up. That is going to give Kappa Alpha a 9-4 lead in the top of the 7th inning with 1 out. And that brings up Ethan Cornelius, the junior out of Atlanta. Cornelius gets good contact on it. Flies over the center field instead. And he's going to have a triple at least, maybe more. And he's just going to stop at 3. So Zucker Campbell, the junior from Rome, Georgia, will have 1 out and a man on third.
I would have said.
I would have too. Why not? Center. That is going to bring home Cornelius. 10-4 KO. 1 out at the top of the 7th inning. That is going to bring up Eric Schroeder, the junior from Vestavia Hills. He's going to watch the first pitch. He'll catch it for second ball. He'll take the second one. 3-1 count. He will send that one deep into the outfield, and Theta Chi is not able to bring it down. So with 1 out, Kappa Alpha will have a man on first and second. Aiden, do you think we'll see a miracle here tonight?
No.
Very blunt from my color analyst, Aiden Kowalski. And that brings up Colin Bussman, the junior out of Mountain Brook, Alabama. 1 out, runners on first and second. Let's see what he can do here. Makes good contact, sends it over to the shortstop. They get the force at third for the second out of the inning. So we'll runners on first and second, 2 outs. That brings up Hayes Dykes, the sophomore from Columbus. And the first one bounces in the dirt for a ball. 2-1. Second pitch. There's going to be a strike.
That one in there.
2-2 count. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. He likes the third one. Grounds over to shortstop. And he grounds out.
Could have just stepped on second, but made it more dramatic.
Right. So heading into the bottom of the 7th inning, Kappa Alpha 10, Theta Chi 4. Going back to the Auburn Sportsplex, bottom of the 7th inning, led off by Carson Plan. And he flies over to the right fielder for the first out in the inning. That will bring up Jake Waddle, the sophomore out of Atlanta.
Let's go. Anybody got nice bats?
KA is 2 outs away from that fresh orange t-shirt.
I'll tell you, it's coveted. I own one of those, and it is it holds a very special place in my closet.
As a ball, 2-1 count. I also have one. It was for calling the Intramural basketball championships. And Waddle takes one deep. It drops in shallow center.
Like the deep, shallow center drop.
Now batting, Mason Glavin, the junior out of Atlanta. He takes the first pitch he sees into right field. Wow, there's a Theta Chi runner who's able to throw to third base all the way from first on a shallow left field single.
And I'd say so that hustling, he's going to be feeling that one in the morning on the knees and with the turf burn.
Oh, absolutely. And that brings up Parker Glavin, 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position. And he's going to swing at the first one he sees, grounds over to the shortstop. And it's an error on the play. Theta Chi scores 1, Theta Chi scores 2.
Probably never sells a ball game.
We might, as it is a 10-6 game here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 out. And that brings up Alan Thompson, junior out of Atlanta. Takes the first pitch for a strike.
I mean, I could have to eat my words. I mean, this could be a Cinderella story here for Theta Chi.
Maybe so. He takes the second pitch, centers in the left. It'll bring 2 runners over. So 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position for Jack Garvin.
I mean, this is bottom 7 right here. You know, Game 7 World Series kind of stuff. You gotta get that orange T-shirt.
Hit your likely scores 2 runs, puts you right back in it.
It's do or die time for Theta Chi.
Thompson watches the first pitch. Great ball. 2-1 count. He takes the second one, grounds over to the shortstop.
I
don't know if I do either. However, I did have a good angle on my line of view. I guess I could have watched the camera. So with 1 out, bases loaded, that brings up Jack Garvin. Right. Actually, I take that back. This is Ben Sloan. I apologize. Swings at the second pitch he sees. And that's going to bring at least 1 home. Another scores. And 5 scores! Wow!
I'll tell you what, man, Theta Chi right back in this thing. This is where dreams are made, right here at the Auburn Sportsplex Field 16. It doesn't get bigger than this.
It does not, Gavin. It simply does not. As with a runner on third base with 1 out, Ethan Pomeroy up. Come on, Pom. Takes the second pitch he sees.
This is where legends are made.
It is, and Ethan Pomeroy wants to step up big here for Theta Chi. A single ties the game. Wow. Bring her home.
That's a winning run on first base.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That brings up Parker Campbell, the sophomore from Birmingham.
I have a feeling the entire Theta Chi sideline is going to be rushing the field if they come back and win this one.
I think so. First pitch is a ball to Parker Campbell. He takes the second one and hits him. 3-1. What a crazy game. What a crazy story.
Campbell, who popped up his last time up, looking to redeem himself right now.
And he rounds over to the shortstop, who will have a fielder's choice and they report second. He's going to bring up Tanner Trout now. Game tied, 2 outs.
I think a ball in the gap wins it.
I do too. He takes the first one. He'll get the shortstop. Error on the play. Well, we know they have the number. I have to. Wow, what a crazy story. Theta Chi is able to come back. Up here. And the way they did it on a fielding error, a terrible throw.
That's a lot of orange shirts they got to hand out, I'll tell you that.
Wow, that is a crazy play. It's crazy what we've seen tonight. That's nuts, man. Aiden, I appreciate you joining me on the call tonight. As always, I am Daniel Locke, joined by the best color man in the business, Aiden Kowalski. You're listening to Weagle's YouTube stream of Champ Night, softball. Yeah, War Eagle. I just had to go.
That was a hell of a close. It's such a good game. Like, y'all should just go.